little gossiping chit chat. I have a whole entire list. This is all we're going over. So,
can we record this?
Yeah, it's recording right now.
Okay.
It is recording.
Yeah. So first of all, I recognize Sammy. She's already hit Success Club. She's at 6, so spirit fingers if that's a thing. And she recruited her sister as a coach. So go Sammy.
And she texted me today and she said, she texted me today and was like, I got my welcome box and I'm kind of thinking that I'm slowly going to ease into maybe coaching. So she was like, I'm going to start the posting and doing that, but I'm not going to jump into it like you did, but I'm just going to slowly ease into it. And I was like, all right. I was like, cool.
That's awesome.
Because I don't want to overwhelm her, but I was like, we'll start it.
That's awesome. Okay, so I was talking to Brittany last night on our success call partner thing, and she was like, I was like, what should I do for our team call? And she was like, well, she's been struggling this month too. So she was like, what do you do to hit Success Club? How do you do it? And so I went over it with her briefly, what I do and how I do things. And she was like, that was really helpful that you went over those couple of things that you do. And she was like, and she messaged me today. She was like, everything that you told me to do is working. And working in a way that I've not seen my people respond. And so I was like, okay, then I'll just do my call about that, I guess. So I told everybody to reach out to 10 new people. I don't know if you guys saw my video earlier about your mega list and your Go for News, but that's the number one place to start when you start looking for clients or customers or whatever you want to call them. Your number one thing is to create your mega list. Your mega list is really simple to make. It's a pain in the butt, but it's really simple and it'll be really helpful later on. So you're going to make a mega list. There's a memory jogger file in the group. Use that and make your mega list. And from that mega list, you're going to pull people off of it. So you don't have to think about it. You're just oh, these people are already on here. I'm just going to go talk to them. So reach out to 10 people. People say 3 people a day, but I always reach I'm the type of person where I don't have time to do it consistently every day. So I'll reach out to 25 people on Monday and not reach out to people again until Friday because I just don't have time to sit down and reach out to people and then do it again every day. I'll just message 25 people and then I'll continue those conversations until they die. And then I'll let them die. And then a couple of days later, I'll be like, hey, I saw you posted X, Y, or Z on Facebook. What have you been up to? And it's not it's a forced conversation because then you're not continuously this dry, so hard to have a conversation with this person. But you're still building that friendship slowly. So it's not a rush thing. So it's not you form them and then all of a sudden you can just immediately after you get through the recreation aspect that you're okay, I can drop a message now. It's not like that at all. You have to feel it when the person is. And because you're building this friendship and you're catching up with them every couple of days, you're not just immediately dropping this message, especially if it's a bad time for the person because you've figured out what's going on in their lives that day. Because it's really bad for you to be hey, do you want to join my challenge group if their dog's in the hospital or their grandma just died. And you need to figure out those things before you kind of drop these messages. So I never have this ginormous text of things that I message these new people. People that I pull from my mega list, I simply just say, hey, how are you? That's all I say. Because sometimes I'll drop a compliment, but a lot of times nowadays people on Facebook, all they're posting are they're reposting the videos that are popular on Facebook or they're, sharing a popular article that somebody posted. It's not their content that they're posting. So it's kind of hard for me to figure out, something that they're doing. I mean, not a lot of people are really publicly, posting all their lives on it like we do. So I kind of find it hard to do that. And I don't know. So I don't know a lot of these people that well. So I'm not just going to be hey, how are you? I love that your daughter did this and this and this. When I don't know their daughter, I'm not going to act like I know them if I don't really know them. So I start with the basic, hey, how are you? I haven't talked in however many years, that kind of stuff, and very small talk, and then kind of grow it from there. Plus, it gives you a way to figure out if there's somebody that you want to connect with. Like sometimes it's like really like cut and dry conversations. Like you're like pulling teeth trying to talk to them. You're like, okay, maybe now is not the right time to talk to this person. So then you can just stop. You don't have to like force the conversation. Just be like, all right, well, it's good catching up with you. I'll let you go. Happy, whatever. And I've had a lot of conversations like that. And then they like look at your stuff at that point because you've talked to them. They like catch all the stuff that you're doing now and they look at your page more. And so it gives you more traffic through your page, even if you're not like having this intel conversation of like, about everything in their lives. But some people will literally open up their entire lives to you. Like, you can just be like, hey, how are you? They'll be like, oh my God, like, you have no idea what's going on. And it's just because you're somebody that's not, like, super close to them and, like, judgmental and that kind of stuff. So those people are really, really, really good to have because then it's easy for you to, to get that ball moving and that kind of thing. And then once I've, like, reached out to my 10 people or however many people I'm, like, looking to reach that week or that day, I go back in. I don't track very well, and I know it's like something we should all do because it would probably help. But go back in and look at your Facebook messages of people that you've communicated with like 2 months ago or however many months ago that said, not right now, or, just you've kind of fallen off with because you didn't like keep that conversation going with them, or you said like, hey, I'll catch you later, and it's been 3 months and you haven't caught them later. Go back in and, just drop the, hey, how are you message. You can start that whole thing again because it's been 2 or 3 months and things have probably changed with them a little. So start that again. And you're building on that relationship. You're catching up with them. You're curious on what they're doing. And they know that you care because you're taking time out of your busy day to check in on them. So I always reach out to the new people first with simple messages, simple conversations. And then I reach out to old people that I haven't contacted in a long time. Not a long time, but like a couple months, go down to like the bottom of your messages and just, hey, how are you again? And then we have a lot of free groups, like free clean eating groups, sneak peek into challenge groups. We have a lot of events that are really useful, especially for people that are kind of interested in like, you've been talking to and maybe, they're curious, but they're not like sold on it. And you've kind of dabbled into Beachbody. Invite them to those events. A lot of people like the free clean eating group because they're curious about what Beachbody products and stuff that we do. And it's a great way for them to, get the value of it without having to pay. But while they're in those 5-day clean eating groups, make sure you're like in contact with them all the time. Like be their best friend. Like every day message them, how is it going? Like that kind of stuff. Because those people will most likely switch over to the paid challenge group once they realize that like how these 5 days have changed their body and how great they feel because they're eating right. If they're drinking Shakeology those 5 days, a lot of people are like, wow, I feel a lot better and that kind of stuff. And then recently I found that talking to other people in MLM companies is really successful. So I wouldn't talk about like Herbalife or like any other nutritional companies like It Works or Herbalife or any of those that are like kind of like our competitors, but like people in Unique or the candle business or any of those. I've connected with them on a level of like, we're both in this, like, how does your company work? And this is how my company works. And we can connect on that level. And then sometimes, you can exchange products or samples or, that kind of thing. And then you can just tell them, like, I don't like pushing things on people either because that's a lot of MLM companies. They, like, tell you to push. Go ahead.
Sorry, I was actually going to say, yeah, I was a Mary Kay consultant for like a year. And then I got introduced to Beachbody and I do Mary Kay for discounts. I still like the products, but because you already know what it's like, it's actually a lot. You're into it already. You already know what it's about. It's not a scam because I don't think any of them are really scams. I mean, they have different trainings and Mary Kay does not nearly touch the training that Beachbody has. So it's like you kind of have a whole new respect for it. So Sarah's absolutely right. I have to back that up like 110%. Don't fry away from people who are doing other stuff. So thanks for saying that because I have somebody on my mega list that I fried away from because she does Unique. And I'm like, I don't want her to sell to me, but yeah. So that was a good point you made, Sarah.
Yeah. And like you connect on another level because you're both in this a lot of them are in this because they need the finances. But then they're also, a lot of them are in this to like help people and do things. Unique is like, they do it for like domestic violence. Like that's how their company started. So those people that are selling makeup probably stand behind that vision too. And I know a lot of Unique consultants are really passionate about that. So, you know, connect with them on those levels. Don't be like, oh, she's in an MLM company, I'm not touching her. She might push things on you, but give it a shot. You know, if you've never tried Unique, you know, maybe buy a $22 lipstick because it might return in her buying a challenge pack. That happened to me this week. I bought a $22 lipstick from this girl because I wanted to try it, and she bought a challenge pack. I mean, I'm not making that much commission off of it, but that wasn't the point because we connected on another level that I was able to help her just the way she was able to help me. And I honestly believe that she's a lifetime customer because I took the time and was like, I really don't like pushing things on people. And she was like, dude, me neither. But like, they tell us to sell. And I was like, well, we kind of have that too, but we're not, you know, that salesy. And I don't like pushing things on people, but I know that Beachbody can help anybody. So connect with them on the MLM part. I don't know what else. I don't know. Try. But I wouldn't say like go and be like Herbalife people, you have to do Beachbody. I wouldn't tap into those waters because that's like a really sticky situation. I'm not comfortable doing that, so I don't suggest you do that. And then talk to people about upcoming events. So if you're not comfortable saying, say you've been messaging this girl for like 3 weeks now and you've become really close and you know everything about her and you're just kind of like having this conversation that continues and continues and continues. Invite her to a free event, whether it's a backstage pass into coaching, the sneak peek into the challenge group, or the free clean eating group. All of those events will, number one, tell them what Beachbody is and what we stand for. We have nothing to hide. If somebody's like, oh, Beachbody coaches, you know, just sell, invite them to the Beachbody coaching backstage pass. It's not going to tell them that we sell things. Yeah, we sell things, but we do a lot more than just selling challenge packs. So getting that out of their head to begin with might be really helpful. So use those events to their advantage. I love putting people in them because number one, it takes a lot of the like messaging and work off of me because they're interacting with all these other like third-party tools, which are really helpful. And two, it gives them a way to like feel like they're not alone. Like there's all these other people in these events that might be in the same shoes as them, like want to know all this information, and like obviously that you're not like singling them out. So talk to them, invite them to those events, personally invite them. It's helpful to post publicly about it on Facebook just because then people know that like our team's doing stuff. But it's completely different when you personally invite somebody to do it because then they think, oh, she's taking time out of her day because she's thinking of me. She thinks that I would benefit from this. So you're making that personal connection. Like it's a completely different ballgame when you personally invite somebody to something. Okay. So Sarah had asked me, she had said that she has a lot of friends who do classes or they're like already active and she thinks that Beachbody products would like benefit from them, but she doesn't know how to like move them from those classes and like things they're already doing to Beachbody. So I would say I wouldn't try to like defer them from doing what they're doing because if they love it, like that's the main point of what we're doing is we want people to be like healthy and active. So we're not going to be like, no, you can't do that. So I would say try to push Shakeology only because I guarantee that the gym or the classes or whatever that they're offering, like that they're doing, doesn't offer a nutrition plan or it doesn't offer the nutrient shakes that we offer. And then on top of that, because of the cost breakdown, you could offer a challenge pack and it's the same price to buy a challenge pack as it would be to buy Shakeology. And you could say, you know, you get a meal plan, which your gym membership probably doesn't give you. You get Shakeology, which is the main reason why I'm suggesting this. And then you get a backup plan for a workout. Because I'm sure there's days that they can't make it to the gym or they don't have time or they don't feel like it or they miss a class and this, that, and the other. So you don't have to like tell them that like what they're doing is wrong, especially if they really love it, because you don't want to do that. But I guarantee, or send them a sample of Shakeology. Say, you know, I'm drinking this drink and it's really benefiting me and I care about you and I want you to be healthy. So will you please just try this sample because I want you to be healthy too because you're my friend and I like you. And then invite them to the clean eating group to get their diet in shape, because gyms normally don't offer, you know, meal plans or anything like what Beachbody does. And then finally, gyms offer only support when you're in the gym. It's not like that personal trainer gets to go home with you and they sit on the sofa with you and tell you not to eat that popcorn or anything like that. They are solely there just when you're at the gym. So the accountability part that Beachbody offers is the biggest thing. So you could tell her that. Say, you know, Beachbody offers like 24/7 accountability. I'm your personal coach. I'm sorry, Chris, do you have a question?
Yeah. Well, I was like, thing to add to that, because Heather used to have a personal trainer. Heather used to have a personal trainer before. And did you say you got a meal plan?
I did, but like she kind of went off 21 Day Fix anyways, and it was way more expensive than like what I'm doing now. And she was doing the same workouts from the DVD, so
because she was a Beachbody coach.
Like I was paying for like what Carissa was doing, but like way more. So, yeah. But I mean, you do get like you get a trainer, and like they're not with you 24/7 like 21 Day Fixes, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's like the biggest thing. And it's not like in these accountability groups, like nobody's like hounding you to eat certain foods. Like if you fall off, we're like, okay, it's fine. Like you fell off, let's get back together. Like we're not like harassing you. So I would say the Shakeology and the accountability is the biggest two things that you could offer these people that are in these classes. And the only reason I say the challenge pack is because eventually people are going to get tired of going to the gym. They're going to get lazy because nobody's there to be like, hey, let's go to the gym. If they're doing it alone, a lot of people fall off real quick. So the accountability, Shakeology, and I would recommend the challenge pack because it's a better deal. First of all, you're paying the exact same price as you would for just a bag of Shakeology as you would for the challenge pack. And then they have the workout plan already. So that's what I would say to those people. I wouldn't say it to them, but that's what I would have in the back of my head. So does that help answer what you need?
Yeah, no, that was good. I was going to say, because the girl I had lunch with that I work with who is doing the classes, which is why I asked, I'm going to give her a sample of Shakeology tomorrow, actually. So, like, I'm starting with that. I have one left, literally. So I've given them all away now. And I was like, no, I need more. But everybody's really interested in that. So, like, I've been offering that as my freebie, like, hey, try this. And they're all real excited about it. So hopefully that will bring in some excitement and leads that way.
Yeah, that's like the number one thing for people is the taste of Shakeology. Like they're really concerned about spending that much money with the taste. And I offer samples because I'm not consistent about drinking my Shakeology. I'm saying this for the new two ones. What am I saying? The new ones. So you can write your Shakeology off on your taxes. So if you're not a consistent Shakeology drinker and you buy the packets, it's really nice to be able to send potential people that you think would benefit from it a sample, because a lot of people are hesitant to buy the whole month when they don't know what it tastes like, because a lot of them are really nasty and people are like, I'm not spending that much money on nasty protein shake is what they call it. But I always offer people the 30-day money-back guarantee. I always say, you can buy the Shakeology. Beachbody has a sample pack, and it's like $30. And I say you can buy. Yeah, I was like, you can buy that, but that doesn't have a 30-day money-back guarantee. The bag of Shakeology itself does. You're spending more initially, but if you don't like it, you can get all of that back. If you buy the sample pack, you can't get any of that back. So I say, it's a big investment, but at the same time, you can get all that money back. If you drink the entire bag, you can get your money back. So that's what I tell people when they're like, I'm going to buy the sampler. So, and then if you have sample packets, that's what I do with them. I give them to people that are potential clients, and then I just write them off on my taxes as like a work thing that I have.
No, I was like, how do you write that off on your taxes? So like I bought the 7-day sampler that was like, I don't know, after tax. And shipping 30 something, I want to say.
I just say keep your receipts. I haven't done it yet because this is my first time, but the girl that was on our call before, Stevie, said that she does it. And she has a software that like you put in the amounts and stuff, and then she said just keep your receipts in case anybody like come back and questions you. So I just have like a file folder of like all my receipts for everything. Like anything I send you guys, like any of the postage I have to send you guys, I write that off. Any gifts I send, I write off.
Kept my receipt. Damn. From here on out, that's what will happen.
I learned that from Parisa. I was like, oh, I'm keeping everything now. So
yeah, I totally didn't know that. Okay, cool.
So the next challenge group is November 14th. I don't know if y'all know that. But we're going to open it that Thursday or Friday before with the people in it, because I feel like if we open it the 14th, everybody's going to be like, okay, it's Monday, but now how do I prepare and start on Monday? So I want everybody to be able to like start a little, like get in there early, get prepared, get their grocery list so they have time over the weekend to get their groceries, if they're going to use the meal plan that we provide, or even just, you know, ask questions that they have or whatever, get kind of settled in, figure out the way the group works and that kind of stuff. So I'm going to open it a little bit early. And then that week prior, the 7th, is our clean eating crockpot group, which Sammy and Sarah are working on, and they have excellent material.
Yeah, we're almost done with that. We're finalizing on Saturday. Yeah, we'll be done.
And that's going to be hosted on Facebook only because when Sammy and I were talking, we were thinking it's going to be a lot easier for people to get in and out of it. Plus, I've noticed that when we do it in the My Challenger app, that people have to create a free account. And then if you want to be able to use Coach Mobile with those people later, you can't because they've already created an account. So it kind of makes your life more difficult later on. So it's both ends. They're benefiting and we are. So we're just going to do it on Facebook. So I keep thinking it's the end of the month. It's not the end of the month. But I would post about the free clean eating group the week of, let's see. I think it's in our calendar, but I'm just going to remind you anyways. I would post about it the 31st, the Monday, the 31st, October 31st, which is Halloween, or maybe even Tuesday if you think that traffic on Halloween is going to be too much. I would post that week. I would post one on that Tuesday, and then I would post one on that Friday. Say, you know, last call Friday. And then, yeah. And a lot of traffic gets through those groups, so yeah. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to run out of time, but we can get back on. You can jump back on the call once it cuts us out, is how to find groups for your niches. So the easiest way that I found to go through Facebook and all that to find groups, I wonder if I can share my screen with you guys. How do I do this? Anybody know? That's not what I need. Let's see.
There should be a green button on the bottom of your screen.
Invite. Oh, I got it. It's green. Okay, this is gonna be really weird, and I'm sorry if you guys see like weird things, because oh well. All right. So can you see all this? Yeah. Okay. So
Yes.
I go in and I go down to groups, and then I go to discover groups, and it's going to pull groups from previous groups that you've liked, groups of people that you're friends with, and groups that it somehow has, you know, figured out that you might like. So it has all these topics at the top that you can do, or you can just kind of search things. So, you know, there's all different kinds. They have a zillion of them. I've joined probably like 80 of them. Some of them suck and then you leave them, and some of them are really great and you find a lot of people out of them. But you're going to have to go through. So let's see. So for Sierra, I went and looked, and I was like, ooh, she wants to blog. Let me see if I can find something for her blog. So I went in and I think I looked up hobby and leisure. And then there's, for each one of these like categories, there's like these common words that people use. So if you like hobby and leisure, but then you like comic books. You can click on comic books and it'll bring up a zillion and two groups that you can join. And then you have hashtags. Use these related tags as hashtags when you post on Instagram. So there's all different ones that you can find. That's what I found. I've been kind of searching for each one of you. I have like a little list I can send each one of you. I was just doing it like a couple minutes before we got on. But there's a million of them. Oh, it's in the health and fitness, I think. Whoops, didn't mean to get on that. But there's a zillion. I'm not even kidding you. Like, you can spend hours just looking at the stuff. And that's how I find my groups. I mean, I'm part of like a million groups. But like, I don't know. That's how I find them. I don't know any other way. If you guys like need, I don't know. That's my biggest tip right now. I haven't really figured out how else to find groups. Does that help any?
Yeah, because I didn't know that existed. I mean, I didn't know you could do discover groups. I was like typing in groups. Okay. And then being like music. Yeah, that's not going to get me anywhere.
And then there's ones. Okay, so I was in the health and fitness one, of course. Because I was like, oh, what are other people hashtagging? Or what are, because I'm friends with a lot of Beachbody coaches. So I was like, what groups are they in that I'm not part of, maybe that I could benefit from? And there was one that said, I'm fat, I want to lose weight. I joined that group immediately because those people want help. Why wouldn't you join that group and friend them and be like, okay, I can help you? So there's gonna be ones that are gonna stick out and you're gonna be like, oh my God, this is like a golden group. But be careful when you're in them, because I'm part of a Louis Vuitton one, and somebody posted like 2 weeks ago, they were like, it wasn't me, it was somebody who else was in an MLM company. But this girl was like, oh my God, I'm so tired of people friend requesting me to be part of their unique or whatever company. Like, I didn't join this group to be harassed by these people. So be very selective of who you friend request. But that's how I get my people. So just want to give you that little asterisk at the bottom. But does anybody have anything else they want me to talk about or answer? Or I know Carissa was talking about a girl she was talking to. No.
Let me pull it up. Hold on.
Okay.
This girl, I started talking to her like a couple months ago. I think it was like August, September.
Okay.
Maybe. And she actually messaged me about it first. And we talked about it, and she decided like she didn't have the money right now for the challenge pack. So I was like, whatever, if anything changes, let me know. And like, I've been talking to her on and off since then to keep the line of communication open. And we were talking about, she wants to be a nurse. So we were talking about nursing. And then she asked me about how like working out and everything was going. And I was like, oh, it's going great. But then I brought it to her, and then I was like, she was like, well, I would love to have your help. I have been pulling 65 hours a week and grab and go. So I was wondering what kind of smoothies you make or would recommend. Like, clearly well, Shakeology, but like, I don't want to sound like I'm pushing it. You know what I mean? But like, I feel like that's kind of like her asking for it, because obviously
a lot of them, for some reason, think that Shakeology is like a smoothie. I had a girl who bought a challenge pack, and she was like, I need the smoothies you're drinking. I was like, they're not smoothies. I was like, they're nutrient-dense shakes. They're meal replacement shakes, basically. And she was like, oh, well, how much do they cost? And I told her, and she was like, well, I can't afford that. And I basically just broke it down for her. I said, you're replacing your daily vitamins. You're replacing a meal. You're getting all your everything you need. Like, all the holes in your diet are filled. And you can't buy that dense of a meal for $4. And I was like, for $4 a day, you can't afford. You're replacing your vitamins, first of all, which is like probably $2 a day. Plus, you're replacing a meal, so another $2. And I was like, you can do it. And she was like, okay, I just needed that push. So sometimes it depends on the person. Like, sometimes I'll be kind of pushy if I know that, like, they've been giving me excuses for a while, and, like, I know that they want to do it, but they're just, like, in their head. But it all depends on the person. You have to be really, really careful with that. I would just say, I've been drinking the shake and it's been working for me. I can give you more information if you want. say I'm drinking Shakeology. It's not a smoothie. It's a nutrient-dense shake. Is that what you're talking about? That's what I would say.
Yeah, because she's a vegetarian. So whenever we talked about it before, I was like, well, we definitely have like vegan chocolate and I think what's the other one, strawberry. And so I could tell her like, because there's nutrients that you lack when you're a vegetarian, that they like sub her lack of little things.
Yeah, I would just say, I'm drinking Shakeology. It's not really a smoothie. It's a nutrient-dense shake to replace my daily vitamins. Is that what you're talking about? And if she says yes, then you can give her more information about what it is and that kind of